Hello guys, welcome back. So, Asmodeus has been knocking me over with obnoxious affection. It's like, you know how it will feel, metaphysically speaking, like Odin and Loki will all of a sudden do that cat thing where they rub up against you and drool? This feels like Asmodeus doing it, and it's like this obnoxious, I must put my scent all over you thing. You are mine, you belong to me. I will put my scent on you. Apparently, taking away all his property and refusing to work for him is like an aphrodisiac or something because he is absolutely over the moon today. And the food tastes exceptionally well. So, Loki seems to actually like him. I think this was something. Now, things will vary. Odin warned me. He said, "Don't tell people to do this because this could easily backfire, make them mad." But I guess with me, it worked. And now he's obnoxiously happy. And he is getting a candle today. He is getting incense because, they were asked to leave. And their stuff was supposedly taken away from them, and now they have it back, and now they have, like, until nightfall to do this certain thing. And I lit and I can tell you this, I don't see any harm, a money candle, and we will see if it works, but I don't know. Well, this is probably gonna transmogrify into God of the Day because I have such a different experience with Asmodeus. So God of the Day is Asmodeus. They're really friendly with me. They're really gentle and they're really good humored. A lot of people seem to get aggressive, downright nasty, or I would say what you would classically say is evil and extremely chaotic. I'm not getting that. I'm not saying they're wrong or that I'm wrong or making this up because I've been checking my discernment like crazy, but they are very kind with me. They're very good natured. They're extremely patient and they like to see people stand up for themselves. They like to be told no. They like to negotiate and they like to see, exactly how firm are you going to be on this deal. And they don't mind that, they're said to be in charge of gambling, but for me, I always feel mammon more in gambling. Not that the gambling temple isn't still for Asmodeus because he took it back over, but they don't really seem to care about you acknowledging them for things that they're not going to be working with you on. Gambling addiction runs in my family, so I will allow myself cyber gambling, but I don't go buy lottery tickets or play the actual gambling machines because that would not be good. My bank account would be gone in a day, and we all know it would. Um, but they enjoy that. So if you want to gamble and gamble safely, there are plenty of free or 99-cent titles or something like that where, any kind of game of chance, any kind of game of gambling or strategy or something they like. People played architecture games with them. Think like Minecraft, think like building a house, think like, I don't know, can you build a house in Sims? I've never played. Anything you could do like that. They're usually very sweet-tempered. With me, they have a strong interest in food. I get an idea. I keep getting this mental image of running a top resort, and you want the food to be perfect. You want the amenities to be perfect. So when they're kind of, influencing me, I go crazy and I clean. And you want it to look perfect. You want it to be spotlessly clean. You want it to be, as perfect as possible. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to then go move into a luxury resort, but it means that even if you lived out in the woods in a tent, that tent better be spotless. They're not without mercy. They understand I have, like, medical conditions, but they are like, when you have the thing and everything else, we're cleaning the tub today, we're cleaning the drain today, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're cooking today, and it's all part of that spa experience because I'm talking about spas where it's at least a couple thousand a night to go stay. Like the very top places. When you go to those places, absolutely everything is done for you and you're treated like royalty. You're treated like a prince or king. He can have the rank of prince or king depending on what you're comfortable calling him. I saw one article the nickname Prince of Persia, and he seemed to be amused to the point where I just saw that article, and unless the cookies or whatever they use on YouTube and that go meta deep, randomly Prince of Persia came up like next day on my main page on YouTube, and I was like, okay. So he does have Persian roots, and you can definitely then do things from Persia. Um, with me, as long as you acknowledge that Arabia is a different country, he doesn't mind if you mix in like Persian and Arabian stuff like that. As long as you acknowledge that it's not the same place, he doesn't care. He's been associated with all religions, and he was very specific with me that he does not hate Jewish people. Does he not have a story in the Tobit about trying to marry a Jewish princess? So don't go spreading ugly lies about Asmodeus. He can be a little prissy, which is why sometimes I think I'm working with Pazuzu. He can be a little bit, prissy about stuff, and he doesn't mind. He's kind of like a next Netflix and chill guy. If I will watch something he doesn't think is stupid and going to rot my brain out of my head, he's happy. So he likes to try, and they figured this out, so it doesn't work, but he likes to try watching stuff in big screen beta with me, and you can just find all the free movies you want on YouTube. So he's not picky. He does like nice stuff, but like I said, if you're out living in the woods and you have absolutely nothing, just make it clean, just make it as nice as possible. It's not the money behind it, so you can't buy him. You can't. It's the intent, and it's, cleanliness. Think high class, think as nice as possible. Even if you're living out in the woods, find the most nicest leaves and offer that, or, something else. We're currently redesigning his casino temple because I got rid of all the plants. I don't know. In my design, I favor plants because some of these luxury spas you go to are on tropical islands, so there are plants everywhere. But when you have 500 items, plants are the first thing to go. So overall, he's been really good to work with. He can bring you into balance. He's mentioning snow leopards with me repeatedly. Is not in his lore. Snow leopard represents balance and spirituality and everything else in your life. It's about being in the middle. You don't have to be really austere and do without things, but you don't go crazy, blackout crazy either. So it's like eat all the rich food you want, but you know, in moderation. Don't eat to the point where you get sick, but don't sit there and eat plain oatmeal either, unless you really truly adore the taste of plain oatmeal. He's crazy about treating ourselves well. He's crazy about doing the best we can for ourselves. You can still have treats, like, but he will feel free to dictate everything to you. Diet, clothes, how clean is your house? And if you pair him with Mammon, which they did on their own with me, I'm not using any sylphs or anything. I wouldn't dare. I think that, with all due respect to people that work that way, I think that's insulting and demeaning because I learned how to work with Loki, and if you tried to make up a thing to call Loki and demanded he appear, you get appeared, right? So, they come when they feel like coming, and if he works with Mammon, they'll also get like your financial house in as much order as possible. Now, even if I've worked money candles and stuff with him, it doesn't mean he's gonna snap his fingers and, oh, hey, your great uncle you never knew of passed away at 120 and left you a mansion. We're not talking about that, but we are talking about learning to be more responsible with what you do have. It's not fun at first. It sucks. It really hurts, but it will give you the luxury and the wealth, in a sense, to go out and live a better lifestyle. If he ever grants me a lottery win or helps me find lost treasure or some of the other stuff associated with him, you guys will be the first to know. Though I don't know why you'd want the lost treasure, because usually you have to turn it over to the state. Yeah. So, alright. Aw, Becker, yeah. I don't know why people treasure hunt them, because, it's weird. If it's under a certain amount, you can keep it. But if it's over a certain amount, it varies from state to state, country to country. You usually have to hand it over to some government body. I know, it sucks to be human. But anyhow, overall, he's really good to work with. He's all about balance and being calm. And if he's working with me, my energy is really calm. So, I figured I would make him something really quick. I know it's not a half hour, but I haven't worked with him for years. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.